Good Tuesday morning, Mount Olive Church family, everyone else that joins us for our devotions throughout the week. Hope everybody's having a great start to the week and living your good life with God, enjoying it, right? Was so excited with the message Sunday. I thought the pastor had done a phenomenal job with the message that the Lord had given him. And about halfway through it, well, not even halfway, really through the start of it, I thought, man, I need to record some of this and just play it back. He'll cover my devotion for me of what we're going to look at today. So we're going to go to Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 14 as we go through this. And we're going to talk about God with us, Immanuel, and God with us. I'll tell you a quick story. I read this the other day, and I thought it's a pretty good story. A preacher by the name of Tony Evans. I don't know how many of you all listen to him, but he gave a good story. Talked about having all these gifts out on his front lawn, and they were wrapped up. They were decoration. And they looked like Christmas gifts. They were wrapped up, and I thought about that with the ones the pastor had on the stage, and we looked at those gifts and. Tony said he had those out in his yard and they were just decorations. And, if somebody come by and decided to take them, but they didn't give anything or they didn't get anything, they didn't have any value. They stood for the aspect of Christmas and what it meant. And, we all the time think there's a gift inside there. There's something within it. But it was empty. It had no value. And I thought the point that Tony Evans made was really great, and I wanted to share that with you all because a lot of times, maybe that's sometimes how we get as Christians. I shouldn't say a lot of times, but sometimes, we dress the part. We put the Bible under our arm. We carry it to church. We teach Sunday school. We sing in the choir. We do this or do that or whatever it might be. But if you really peel the layers back, would anything else be there? And so I really thought that was a good point. And saying that with this tonight, we're going to look at, or today rather, we're going to look at Immanuel and God being with us and what that means. What that means for us. Have you ever really sat and thought about it? Anyway, let's read this verse and then we'll get through a little quick devotion here. But Isaiah 7:14 says, "Therefore the Lord himself shall give you a sign." I don't want to get too long. We've been trying to shorten these up just a little bit, but if you go back and you read the first part of Isaiah chapter 7, you'll see Ahaz, and it was in the reign of his days, and while he was king, and you'll see that there were some things going on there, and the Lord come and talked to him, and the Lord told him, said, well, ask for a sign and show a sign, or ask for me to show you a sign, and he said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to weary the Lord, and, who's going to do that? And, he goes on with these things. And then the Lord gives him this prophecy. He says, therefore the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Immanuel. So then we see later on, we get over to the birth of Christ and the story of that in Matthew chapter 1. And the pastor's been going through some of the genealogies and those things the last couple of weeks. And you get in here where it's talking a little bit more about the birth. And it gets down to Matthew 1:22. It says, now all this was done that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken of the Lord by the prophet, saying, behold, a virgin shall be with child and shall bring forth a son, and they shall call his name Immanuel, which being interpreted is God with us. And God with us. So if we really think about that, have you ever really thought about God himself coming down? Not to try to copy a lot of the pastor's message from Sunday, but one of the things that he said that really stuck out with me, of all the things that he done, all the things that he performed, he healed the blind, he raised the dead, he calmed the storms, he done all these miraculous works out of everything he done. And what he said Sunday that stuck with me was he passed the litmus test. He passed the litmus test of being God himself and God coming down. John 1:1 says, in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So who is that? In the beginning, the Word was with God, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So go down to verse 14 of John chapter 1. And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, and the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, the only one, the only Son, full of grace and truth. So I know that was a lot of scripture, and I tried to give you a little background, a little story, but I want to give you this thought. I want to give you this thought of God being with us. And so many times we get this picture, we get this picture in our mind that we think that God is way off. He is way off away from us. He's unattainable. And yeah, we believe in him, and we say we know him. I loved what Sister Judy said Sunday. We say we know him, but do we know him? But have you ever thought of just where God is at and God with us, that he would come down, his Son, that he would come down and dwell among us and live with us and prove who he was and do the things that he done. And here's the thing. We get him every single day of our life. We get him every single day of our life. For when we're saved, of course, we do get the Spirit, and that is a comforter and a guide, and it gives us direction. But you know what? Christ is in our heart. He's living within us. God is with us. And because of what he done through his Son, being born of a virgin, he was able to say, I am with you. I have come to dwell with you, and you are mine, and I am yours. I hope you all have a great day. I hope you have a great week. We love you. Don't look on the things that are bad, but let's continue to give God praise and honor and glory, and let's continue to worship him and lift him up every day. Have a good day. God bless.